Hello, and for the first time, welcome to Krush's Kavern, a solo podcast where I give my perspective on games, goals, and life's challenges. I'm Krush, and on this episode 0, I'll take some time to tell you about myself, the goal and format of this podcast, and what you can look forward to in episode 1. I'll start by telling you a bit about myself. I'm 29 years old, living in Canada with my wife and my cat Jin. For a long time now, video games have been a major part of my life and my identity. It all started when I was a kid with the Nintendo GameCube and the original Xbox. On my GameCube, I was playing things like Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, Need for Speed Underground, and Smash Bros. Melee. The Xbox was mostly for playing Halo, but I also liked the Ghost Recon and MechAssault titles. I first seriously got into PC gaming 12 years ago with World of Warcraft. It was the tail end of the Burning Crusade expansion, and my friend got me into the game so we could play together. I rolled a dwarf rogue named Krushinator, and he's my main to this day. WoW was definitely where I spent most of my gaming time up until the end of the Cataclysm expansion. I was going into my second last year of college, and I had to step back from organized raiding to focus on my education. I did love raiding, but it was the right call. After that, I kept playing WoW casually, but the time I spent in-game faded over the years. As I played less, I started picking up other Blizzard games, and I started branching out into the wider world of PC gaming. Right now, I stream a variety of different games over on Twitch, really whatever's calling to me on any given day. Outside of playing games, I love watching esports, I referee basketball, I enjoy golf and pool, and I'm always trying to live healthier. I can't say I'm great at it, but I've definitely gotten better at it over time. I've got a whole lot of stories on what's worked and what hasn't on the healthy living front, and I'm definitely looking forward to sharing those with you sometime. That's enough about me for now. Let's talk about the podcast and what I'm hoping to do with this show. Each week I'll use this time to speak about something that stokes a fire in me, something I feel like I can provide a unique perspective on. I've got a big list of subjects prepared, but if something topical comes up in my world, I'll want to jump on it and give you a hot take that week. I'm also interested in hearing from you out there, so if you've got questions or topics you want me to tackle, definitely get in touch with me. I'll let you know how at the end of the show today. Next week, for the official episode 1 of Krush's Kavern, I'm going to start on a topic that really spawned the idea for this podcast. It's the idea of inertia and how it affects our lives. This is something I'm going to break out into a few episodes, but I'm going to start with how inertia affects and has affected my relationship with gaming. I'm excited to dive into this. Hopefully it's something you can relate to as well. This is the point in future shows where I hope I can engage with some listener feedback, but this being episode 0, there isn't any feedback quite yet. However, I do have some people I want to thank for their inspiration. To all the podcasters who've been producing the shows I've listened to for so long now, I'd have never reached this point without you. I'd like to give a special thanks to Frazzly of Frazzlecast and much other content for his relentless positivity and helping to give me the final push in getting this podcast created. I'd also like to recognize Ali from Dungeon Fables and All Things Azeroth for showing me that solo podcasts are not only possible, but can be some of my favorite shows. I hope what I'm doing ends up worthy of being mentioned alongside all the great content that I've enjoyed all these years. That's it for the show this week. Normally I'll tell you all the places you can find this podcast, but honestly I've never done this before, so it'll be a journey to figure out just how to get this podcast listed in all the usual places. For now, you can find this show on Twitter at Krush's Kavern. If you want to see more from me, you can find me on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, all at the Krushinator. To catch everything I do all in one place, join me on Discord at tinyurl.com/Krushination. The intro and outro music for this show was created by Leviathan. Thanks for being here, and I'll talk to you again soon.